Hey, welcome everybody. This is Bailey from the EMH, and I'm back with another Elephant Money video. And guys, welcome to Elephant.Money's Coronation, the King of DeFi. All right, the best performing digital asset of 2022, outperforming 100% of the top 100 digital assets in 2022. And guess what? It's at it again. All right. And guys, we got a lot of reason to celebrate. And what we're going to do in this video is just check out some of the data and some of the things that we can expect to see in the not so distant future, all right, of Elephant Money. All right. So guys, crunching some numbers. All right. So we're vastly approaching. I think we're very close now to almost 134, 135 trillion elephant tokens in the elephant treasury. And guys, what I did was I put together some projections for certain benchmarks of elephant token. All right. So the whole idea, guys, is that Bertha, who's the elephant treasury, is soaking up the supply of elephant tokens, causing a rapid spike in price appreciation. All right. And then she uses that treasury and those tokens to fuel the entire ecosystem of Elephant.Money. All right. Ingenious design, guys. All right. Now, what's special about Elephant Money is you will never see our tokens listed on any centralized exchanges. We are math money, baby. All right. So we use all the mathematical formulas and the liquidity pools and the automated market makers to our advantage and to create, all right, our economic engine right here. Okay. So we're able to actually use these benchmarks and figures. And all it is a matter of volume into our system. All right. So it's pretty amazing stuff, guys. So we can see that once we hit 150 trillion elephant token, will be about 17 cents per million. And you're going to be able to see that as we climb up the ranks, right, the price of elephant token is just going to start going bananas. All right. The appreciation. All right. You're going to notice a super sharp increase when we get from the 225 to 250 trillion range. All right. That is when we're in the sweet spot of our all-time high. When we just hit that number, we're just going to start popping off from there. And guys, you're going to take a look, and this is the most important thing, that elephant treasury in USD value, all right, is going to balloon out of control. And it's going to be able to create a tremendous amount of wealth for the system. And that's the utility. And we're going to be able to now provide all these awesome, sustainable, long-term, generous yields in our Elephant Money Futures program. All right. So pretty sick stuff, guys. What I want to show you guys is just how I arrived at those really quickly. I'm going to share this spreadsheet so you can dive into it. You can check all the numbers and whatnot. But basically, guys, what I did was for all of our benchmarks, I got a little tab down below for each one. And what I did was I put in the amount of capital requirement into both of our liquidity pools to arrive at that particular or very close to that particular total of elephant tokens in our treasury. All right. And then I was able to record the price because we're using that constant product formula. All right. And get kind of an average price appreciation between the two liquidity pools. All right. And that's where those numbers came from. And we would also be able to take a look right now at our treasury's value and then how it would grow and get that price appreciation for there. All right. So you can dig into that if you want. It's going to be linked in the video. All right. So pretty sick prices coming up, guys. And this is inevitable. As long as we get volume into our system, we are going to see this. All right. That's the beauty, guys, of the liquidity pools and the automated market makers and just relying on the tokenomics of the system and decentralized exchanges. All right. So pretty awesome stuff, guys. All right. So the next slide you're going to see here, all right, is how our elephant treasury will grow when it buys back elephant tokens at certain benchmarks. All right. So this is kind of like the hallmark of our Elephant Money Futures program, our Stampede account. All right. Anything now that you want to compound in our system requires fresh capital to do so. All right. And that's going to be kind of like the secret sauce behind the sustainability of this system. And what I did, guys, was I took a look at our elephant tokens in the treasury. And again, I had that same value for our treasury values at those particular elephant token benchmarks. And what I did was I went to our spreadsheet and I put $200 of buy, all right, or buyback into the spreadsheet, and I was able to then record what the new value of the treasury would be. All right, so it's some pretty amazing stuff, guys. So it just basically goes like this. All right, so once you're at, say a benchmark like 150 trillion, all right, and you would have our value for our treasury. Okay, so like right here, and then I would put $200 in. So I would increase the buy by $200, and I would record the new value of the treasury, find that price difference, okay, and then divide to get like that multiplier, or how it multiplicatively grows the amount of capital that gets injected into the system, okay? So check this out, guys. So say if we're at 150 trillion tokens, and that's going to be, coming up very shortly, anyone that deposits money into futures, all right, or mint trunk, all right, that money is going to be taken and it's going to be used to buy back elephant token from our treasury, and a $200 buyback would actually generate $820 for our treasury. All right, so it's going to be getting 4 times the value of any BUSD that's put into our system. All right, and it starts to skyrocket after that, guys. And we're talking about eventually we are going to be getting into just sick, crazy, like video game numbers. All right. So at 285 trillion elephant tokens, so when the system is firing on all cylinders, if you put or deposit $200, all right, into Stampede, into futures, okay, that treasury is going to get over $7,000. That's a 35x on that deposit. All right. Now, how does that happen? Right. Okay. So what happens, guys, is when you put in capital, like $200, you are taking elephant token out of those liquidity pools. All right. And whenever elephant token gets taken out of that liquidity pool, the price of elephant token increases. Now, when you're further down that constant product formula, all right, farther down or farther into the parabola, which means more elephant tokens are in the treasury, the price appreciation is more sharp, all right, or more rapid. Okay, so there's the combination of that, and then you take into account how many tokens the treasury actually owns. All right, so even a slight uptick in price, and we're talking like a fraction of a penny spread out over, say, 280 trillion tokens, actually becomes a very significant amount of capital. All right. So this treasury is just going to be picking up steam and just rolling and firing on all cylinders the more and more tokens it gets. Okay. So it's that combination of having just so many tokens and being so far up that constant product formula that the price action is going to be super, super rapid, and it's going to gain a lot of monetary value. Okay. Now, guys, we're talking like this is for any deposits. All right. So if we're at 285 trillion elephant tokens and someone's like, for the first time, like, dude, this system's amazing. Like, I'm going to put 10 grand into elephant money futures. Okay. That 10 grand becomes $350,000. All right. Right then and there for the treasury. It's just bonkers. All right. So the code has been cracked. Elephant.money is absolutely sick. Right. Okay, so some of the things that some people have been asking about is like, all right, well, yeah, like so, like, all right, yeah, so the treasury gains like 4x, but like what happens when it has to like sell to pay for, say, some of the yields, that come due like on the futures, okay? And we've all been kind of like on this roller coaster, if you've been dipping into the meme coin scene, you're going to realize it's like, oh my God, like you buy this thing, it goes up a lot, but you blink, and it's dumping like crazy, right? It's like a wild ride, and like you got to get out before the other people get out. It's ridiculous. It's not for me because I just like a token that just goes up constantly, like elephant money. But you're gonna notice, guys, that's like with those meme coins and all that kind of stuff, like there's no liquidity. All right. What our developer BT has been calling is like value capture. There's nothing there, right? So like the price goes up, you're going up that constant product formula, but the minute someone sells it, it's going right back down to that same level, right? All right. So here it is, guys. So in elephant money, all right, that doesn't happen. Okay. So the floor price is constantly moving up due to the tokenomics of our system. All right. Most people think taxes are a bad thing. All right. And they usually are, but the actual taxes on the elephant token really benefits all of our long-term holders and participants in the system by creating just this work of art, all right, and this masterpiece that we're all going to be able to enjoy and to reap the benefits of. All right, so just check it out for a second, guys. So we have here, this is what's basically happening. So all right, as elephant token is being transacted, okay, there's a 10% tax on that elephant token. All right. Now, when we're at our steady state, this 10% tax that applies right now to Pancake Swap, pretty sure it's also going to be applying to like buys and sells that are on the site. Okay. So of that 10% tax, 5% of that tax, so any volume on this elephant token is going to be going towards locked liquidity for the protocol. What does locked liquidity do? All right, it hardens the floor price. Okay, and you're able to move that constant product formula curve out just a little bit to capture even more value for your protocol. Okay, but it makes the price less volatile, especially on the downswing. Okay, so we're constantly moving up and building locked liquidity. So as Bertha's accumulating all these tokens, when she goes to sell, you never lose as much value as you gain. All right. Because the floor price is always hardening, it's always increasing. Okay. On top of that, guys, the other half of that tax, that 5%, goes to reflections. Okay. Now, half of those reflections are going to end up in the elephant graveyard. All right, because the elephant graveyard holds 50% of the token. So it's going to automatically get kind of half of those reflections. What does the elephant graveyard do? Well, once it accumulates enough, it rebalances and creates more locked liquidity for the protocol. So 7.5% of all of these taxes, all right, so going towards locked liquidity, it just creates an ever expanding and ever higher floor price for the elephant token. Okay, which means, guys, that the elephant token is going to be worth more and more as we go. And the price, when you sell it, it's very sticky. It doesn't go down that much. All right, because the liquidity is so deep. You are not going to find a DeFi protocol with liquidity that is this deep. Okay, just you can't do it. You just can't find it. Okay. And then secondly, guys, the other half of those reflections are going to all the other token holders, including Bertha, the elephant treasury. Okay. And at this point in time, she's going to be at, say, 250, 260 trillion tokens when we get rip roaring and everything. So she's going to be getting, guys, almost half of those remaining reflections are going to be right back into the treasury as well. All right. So all of this economic activity, people buying and selling elephant token, all right, it's all just raising the floor price and stuffing the treasury to make it even more sustainable. Okay. On top of that, when she's selling to cover some of the yields, the price isn't going down. So she doesn't have to sell as many of those tokens as she's raking in to cover that same amount. Okay. It's, I've said it a million times. All right. It's tokenomics masterpiece. All right. And you can just kind of see, guys, like, the charts just speak for themselves. All right. So this is our BNB pool, just gobbling up BNB. Okay. Absolutely monster. Here's our BUSD pool. Okay. The price of elephant token, like, and just look at it. Okay. Look at all this liquidity that's just being added and added and added to the system. Okay. It's monstrosity. Okay, it's monstrous. All right. You look at the pancake swap liquidity pools. Okay. So what does this protocol do? It's constantly with the liquidity up and to the right. Okay. That's the BNB pool. All right. It's a little choppy because BNB is volatile. All right. And here's the BUSD pool. Okay. Up and to the right. Okay. Just constantly building deeper and deeper liquidity. Okay. So guys, when I looked at this, I was just like, you put money into the system and the treasury just keeps rip roaring and just popping off like crazy. The code is cracked. I'm all in. All right. Elephant money 2023, bend the knee. The king is back. Bailey from the EMH. I'm out.